today's Business World Economic Forum discuss the post-pandemic future of remote work as well as the traditional office. Now, Shaila Francisco joins us live for a recap of today's event. Shaila, how did things go?
Just real estate developers and consultancy firms know that a hybrid work setup, which mixes both home and remote work, is here to stay. They say both arrangements are needed to improve operations. Stakeholders agree that the COVID-19 pandemic has forced some companies to adopt a work from home strategy to sustain operations. But in today's Business World Economic Forum, real estate consultancy firms and developers say the office setup will remain. Some businesses explain remote working has exposed limitations, such as unstable internet connectivity, finding motivation, managing routine, and difficult working conditions, especially as some businesses in the country work 24/7 to support the world's businesses, such as BPO. KMC Savills estimate traditional space to dampen by 10 to 15%. However, speakers are unanimous in the opinion that remote setup is still needed for ease of access to work and avoid the risk of contamination amid COVID-19. Ayala Land Offices says traditional space and remote setup each have significant trade-off, and the way to move forward is to sustain the flexible setup. JLL, the tipping point of hybrid work, based on their survey, is 3 days in the office and 2 days at home, and efforts will be successful only if it is supported through the technology. For WeWork, the setup will allow companies to take away real estate as an investment on the balance sheet and turn it as an operating cost, which can be used to invest in other areas of growth. A study conducted by WeWork and IDC shows 70% of organizations in Southeast Asia are planning to leverage flexible workspace in the next 2 to 3 years. The firm believes Philippines could lead in this emerging setup. Aside from a young workforce that shows appreciation for hybrid setup, the firm highlights the country's strong economic fundamentals.
Meanwhile, interest in the Philippines is robust and long-term. The very strong underlying economic fundamentals there before the pandemic, they're still there. How do we know this? Look at the other major metropolitan real estate markets around Southeast Asia. Look at Jakarta, look at Kuala Lumpur. Their drop in office vacancy rates has been about double that of Manila. So, coming back, companies will be hungry for flexible and scalable solutions to support their growth in both the medium and the long term.
Just for now, developers and consultancy firms are offering more options to clients, including flexible leasing arrangements and adopting designs to help adopt to this setup. But more investments is still needed to help sustain this kind of work arrangement. Jess?
All right, thank you very much for those updates, Shaila Francisco.